you stupid idiot!
Oh my gosh.
Subterra is dead as dirt! I got you! I got you! Click baited. What is up, Baku Nation? It's me, Queso, Magnus of Youtube, back at it again during Leak Week. So guess what we're covering? If you guessed character cards, either you read the title or you're just really good at guessing. Because yes, we're talking about character cards and the epic character cards that have been leaked. Now, is that necessarily a big deal? Yes, it is. But why is it such a big deal? I'll let you know as we go through them all. So we got a handful of epic character cards revealed thanks to Cucumber God. So of course, we're actually nearing the end of the Cucumber Saga. Not gonna lie, like that's actually kind of a scary thought. It's been one heck of a ride, hasn't it, fellas? Like, I think we have this, and then the fusion. I'm not really going to cover the 1 in 500, like, the only 500 Dragonoid Treacherous, like, the one that has only been printed 500 times, now, like, 498 in existence, because Cucumber has one, and I believe some other folk has one. We're not going to cover those, because that's not competitive, alright? We're here for the card game, and stuff like that, so I think we're only going to cover the fusions, and that's it. And then maybe some SV leaks, because there's definitely been some Shield of Astroya leaks already, even though that set is not coming out for, you know. So, we're going to move on to the character cards now. The first one on the chopping block is Ventus Hydrous. While the stats leave much to be desired, those two cores that it comes with are very, very useful. They're very good. But we're here to talk about its character card, because this is the character card, or its epic character card, because this is the character card that comes with the toy as of AV. Now, here is the Fusion Force character card, and as you can tell, it has a very, very unique effect, and I actually really like it, and a lot of people share that very same sentiment. It dips its toe into the water of, wow, if this was more useful, this would be very good. This would be very interesting, especially for decks that like to play a lot of high energy cards like Big Boy Evos and I guess Sync, but you're not playing this in Sync because like that would be like all your 5 costs and stuff like that. But with everyone playing Sync in the near future, everyone is going to be playing those 5 costs and higher cards, so this has become it's come into the game too late for its own good, even that Helix gets it up to 1000 base form with 0 damage, unfortunately. But you get that 1 damage back if you reveal the top card of your deck and it costs more than your opponent's. So it kind of negates the whole negative damage that the Helix would grant you with Hydrous. So that's very good. But as far as this Bakugan seeing play, this particular one won't. But if there is a Bakugan that comes out in the future with a very similar effect, I definitely believe this is an effect worth exploring because it is very fun. It looks very fun. Next up, we have Darkus Pegatrix, while again, we have another character card with less than stellar stats, but its character card, or its epic character card, when you attach a Baku gear to this, each player discards a card. Now that is poo-poo caca because you're putting cards into a Bakugan that's going to neg you as well as your opponent, and if it said if your opponent discards a card, that would be decent to alright, but the fact of the matter that this discards you as well, you're going to run out of gears in your hand to keep this effect in motion. So this is just a very lackluster Bakugan and effect in total. Now Gilator Ultra, 2 Green Fist, pretty much an automatic death sentence for any Bakugan that's not at least like 800, even those Bakugan, because what, you're going to hit, what, 950? Who cares? 502 with its epic character card saying at the start of each game, each player discards a card. So this is similar to the Ventus Pegatrix one that was leaked in AV, I believe, where both people energize a card from the top of their deck at the beginning of the game, and I like that effect far more than I like the Skeletor effect, even though I think it could be beneficial for maybe some control decks to where they don't mind having less cards in their hand. Because they have Aquos, and as long as their opponent starts with a deficit as well, it puts themselves in an advantageous position. But thanks to Skeletor's less than stellar stats and the fact that everyone's going to be running Aquos and just drawing and getting value for free anyway, Skeletor is another card where it is just, it's late in the game to where this would be at all good, and I don't think anyone would have ran it over Darkus Kubo anyway. Traitorous Ultra, 603, 2 Green Fist. I don't know what's with Fusion Force and 2 Green Fist. It is disgusting, but these are unfortunately the epic character cards that we have to cover to these. But I really like something about the epic character cards is that it's more of a full art. Like you can see his hand and his elbow and some of the cables leaking out of the artwork. I think that's very interesting, and that's kind of like to the chase aspect of getting these character cards, because you do get them in the packs. And I do think that that little bonus of having the, not full arts, but the bigger arts adds to it, right? However, these do not come in Hex, which is a very unfortunate thing, because imagine getting your character cards in Hex. That would be so amazing. I would love having character cards in Hex. That'd be so good. So pretty, and like everyone would chase to hollow out their character cards because those are on the field the whole game. I'd love to stare at a pretty playset the whole game. Are you kidding me? But, and this is just an epic character card that just says, oh, you can reroll if you miss. Who cares? His stats suck. Trox Ultra, I keep seeing Green Fist and Shields, and that just makes me so unhappy, because Shields just 300 or 400 is just not enough to get you a competitive edge in this game when you're facing 600 Helixes and 650 Magic Shields. Like, 400 just does not cut it. 702 had the potential if there was any good cores here, but, and then the epic character card does not, make up for it. It says, while this card has a Baku gear attached to it, +3 damage and Shadow Strike. There are other Bakugan that just do this better, like Darkus Cycloid. It doesn't have to do anything with the Baku gear, but if you land on a Fire Fist, you are at 1050, and if you're doing the +3 that would get you at 1050, it would be 11 damage. So just landing on a Fire Fist gives it Shadow Strike and all that, which is significantly better than this Trox Ultra. Like, Darkus just gets some weird Bakugan sometimes that are just garbage. Aquos Nihilus Ultra, Magic Shield, that's what we like to see. Green Fist, let's see if its epic character card is alright. Well, it has a Baku gear attached to it, +2 Frost Strike. Okay. It could double core. It could double core, guys. You could double core it, get up to insane value. Like 1800, and if you put the right Baku core on it, it has 2 Frost Strike. If you're willing to do some weird crap, I can see people forcing this to work, but on paper, it's not going to do too much work for you. Nihilus, now I really like this core lineup. Fire Fist and Helix. It's kind of reminiscent to the Hydrous, and it has better stats than the Hydrous, so it's hitting 1200. But let's see if its epic character card does anything. Oops. It's a sync card. It's a sync card that gives you 5 damage on Victor. It's a Victor effect, so that automatically means this is going to be neutered for no reason, and this card is probably going to go in the garbage. Now, you're only doing 5 more damage if you reveal with sync, so basically you're going to be doing 3, because if you neg the 3 off so 2, I think. Yeah, so -3, 2, or maybe 3. Sorry, I'm not feeling like doing math on the spot here, but you have to consider the -3 you're getting off the Helix, and then the +5 here. Yeah, it would be 3, because 6 and then -3. Yeah, haha, I can do it, alright? Nihilus Ultra. Now, this is the Bakugan that actually is good competitively. The Hyper Nihilus Ultra is a phenomenal Bakugan, probably the only one that we have right now that has a Baku gear effect, like if you attach a Baku gear, blah, 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 that's actually worth a damn. And it has a Magic Shield, so it's hitting that 1250. Yum, yum. and let's see what its effect is. And look at that full art. Look at that full art. If that doesn't make you want to just insta-cop this card, I don't know what does. Like, this Bakugan itself was already very good, and now it's just adding some spice to it by giving it 5 more damage. Yes, this is different from the Nilius we just looked at. Shut up. Because it's not a Victor effect. That's the difference. It's 5 damage, so it can beat Might Mac and all that stuff. It's not going to beat it with 6, but shut up. Its Victor effects suck. Don't worry about it. Now, this is the stuff that's controversial about epic character cards. Now, if we could judge the epic character cards already added some controversy into the mix already, because epic character cards being printed in the set later, similar to Evos, you would never really know what Bakugan to cop except for face value, like just stats, just very surface level attributes about the cards like stats, without being able to know the full picture of whether or not it's going to get a good Evo, or whether or not the epic character card effect is going to make the Bakugan worth considering. Now, not only do we have those things in mind when it comes to these toys that come in waves, and by the time the sets come out, thanks to distribution.jpg, right, the waves are gonna be gone before you can figure out, oops, yeah, I actually needed to get that Bakugan in retrospect because now its epic character card effect is very good, or its Evo effect is very good, and that wave was like 3 waves ago or 6 months ago, and now none of my local stores have it, or someone in Omaha has had wave 1 for the past 2 years. Like, it adds another layer of uncertainty when considering which Bakugan to purchase. Now, if those 2 things weren't enough to make this a totally dire situation, there's now a third thing about Bakugan and its weird, wonky business sense that is going to ruin our take on competitive Bakugan at face value. Check out this Howlkor, Helix, and Shield, 404. Watch me change these numbers. 504, and then you can reroll, who cares? The stats are different now. On epic character cards, it gave it a boost in B power. Now, 100 B power is not significant enough to save Howlkor, however, but the precedent is the same. Now, when approached about why we were getting epic character cards and they weren't just printed on the character cards that come with the Bakugan at the time, so we can, judge for ourselves right away which Bakugan are worth picking up, they said it was something to do with international sales. So if, some dude in Francois sees an English card, he's not going to know what he's looking at, which, English is pretty worldwide at this point, but you know what I mean. Like, it's the principle of it, right? For international, they don't want English print on worldwide cards so that they can sell the toys every which where without feeling discriminatory towards any certain language, breaking that language barrier. But now that we see that the B power is different on some of these epic character cards, that excuse just got thrown in the bin. What are they talking about? What does that mean? Like, look at this Dragonoid. We have 402 two fists, garbage. Still garbage, but still like 500 B power and 2. They're boosting it up. When you attach a Bakugan to this, you may retract the Bakugan you control. A very interesting effect, by the way. I really like that. But the fact that they're changing the B power just makes that excuse an excuse and not a reason. So they could have well had these character cards on the Bakugan on sale, because if they're changing the B power to these English prints, they're now putting their international players that are stuck with these Garbo vanilla character cards at a severe disadvantage. They already were with the effects, and given the past, there was no reason that we couldn't get EFS character cards, but I haven't seen Fusion Force EFS. I haven't seen Age of Aurelus EFS. they've been slacking on any international card printing. So how am I supposed to believe that this is going to be any different? Look, I'm acting a little bit more melancholy than I normally would. This is not too drastic of a deal, but it is just, again, to where the curtains are unfurling. We're seeing the inside of Spin Master, and quite frankly, it doesn't look like they know what they're doing. They're giving these half-ass answers to problems that would easily have an understandable reason, but they're giving us just these excuses to buy time for what? For what? Transparency has been an issue in this game for a long time. If there was more transparency and less red tape keeping the news from getting out to where more people would be more understanding and less rageful when nothing is said or something that is been exposed to be BS, like this international printing thing, the game would be in a healthier state. People would be more understanding instead of aggressive and angry and negative, and which they are understandably so. And look, I'm not overhyping this epic character card thing. When it comes to the bottom of it, this is just another chink in the armor. This is just another thing to add to the list. This in of itself is nothing to get really rageful about. Put the pitchforks down. There's nothing really to get upset about. It's just, why? Why? Why does Dragonoid on its epic character card have more B power than its original printing? Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I make some right points? Do you think I'm just screaming into the void? Do you think I'm overhyping this or just being overly dramatic for no reason? And Spin Master, look, I'm not, like, I say these things out of love, alright? I want this game to be good. I want this game to be consistent. And all I want is for this game to survive. Look, I wouldn't be making these videos if I didn't want any of that. I eventually wanted to make money doing this shit. So, when I criticize you guys, I want you to be better. I don't want to just be negative, just to be negative or that I'm pissed off. I'd say I'm relatively calm. I'm not angry. I'm just, it's literally like I said, it's just why? Why? There's a lot of decisions that make me do that. Why? Why? So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow my Twitter at Magnus of Youtube. That's all that needs to be said, guys. Be careful. Be out. You know, if you're going out there, wear a mask. Don't do nothing stupid. All right. Love you. Bye.